Hey, good morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? I am on I-90 headed north, just east of Baraboo, Wisconsin, and I'm headed up here to Tomah, Wisconsin to deliver this load. Hopefully I'll get something that I can deliver today out of here. So anyway, but it is me again, your favorite Texas trucker, and today I'm going to continue the Get to Know Me series. As I said in a couple videos back, I've gotten a few questions here and there about things about me, like, why did I get into trucking, kind of effect does it have on the family, and all that. I had somebody ask me what I like to listen to while I'm on the road, and but it's a little difficult for me to answer, because what I like to listen to isn't always what I can listen to. Honestly, the radio doesn't get turned on that much. The reason for that is because I'm in and out of these cities pretty quick, and I spend a lot of my time in areas like this where there is no city immediately around me, and I spend more time trying to scan through to find a channel that'll come in, and then I listen to whatever's there, and usually that channel doesn't stay in any longer than 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm scanning and searching for another channel again. So the short answer is that I don't really honestly listen to the radio that much. When I do, it's usually when I'm in a big city, Fort Worth, Dallas, Chicago, St. Louis, something like that, Then I'll usually crank the radio on it and catch something as I can. As far as music goes, I prefer classic rock and oldies. It's a classic rock. I grew up with it. It resonates with me. I like it. This newer stuff that's out today, there's a few songs that I like. But most of it I don't like. And the oldies, golden oldies. Music from the 40s, 50s. I just really like that music. It's a fun music. It was a fun era, and it's pretty uplifting stuff, and I like it. I really don't care much for country. I do like some of the older country music. Johnny Cash, and Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings. The old original outlaws. Other than that, I really am not much of a country fan. Every now and again you'll catch me listening to it, but it's rare, believe me. So that's music. But honestly, what I want to do is I want to get, XM radio or Sirius or something like that, satellite radio. That's what I'm really wanting to get. And, and I like listening to talk shows, especially educational stuff. Not real far into political talk shows, although I do listen to some of them here and there. Not a liberal by any means of the imagination, so I don't like any liberal talk shows. Anything that infringes upon my rights, or somebody promoting taking away some of my rights, whether it's a freedom of speech or whether it's anti-gun laws or anything like that, I don't even like listening to it. When I do listen to political stuff, it's usually somebody that's talking about how corrupt the government is, and how the cover-ups and stuff like that. I listen to some of that. But the real talk radio stuff that I like is educational. Just the other day I caught a program where they were talking about a social psychiatrist who was doing studies on the brainwave patterns for people that have attitude, dysfunctional behaviors, you know. And I found it absolutely fascinating. I like listening to stuff like that. I also like listening. There's a truck program where a guy, you know, works with owner operators to teach them all the ins and outs of how to maximize, you know, their profits as an owner operator. And I really enjoy listening to that. I haven't been able to listen to it because I don't have Sirius radio or any kind of satellite radio. You know, and the way things are going for me right now, it doesn't look like I'm going to have it anytime in the real near future, but I am looking forward to getting it eventually. I also like listening to old radio shows, you know, the old school radio shows, you know, the detective stories, you know, where they have like book radio, you know, not really where they read a book, but where they act out, you know, on the radio back like they did in the 20s and 30s, you know. And I love listening to that stuff there. It's pretty neat, you know. It's something that you don't hear on the radio anymore these days, you know. It's pretty much a dead thing. So I like going back and listening to some of those radio programs, you know. They're just fascinating to me, and I really enjoy them. You know, so that's the kind of things that I like listening to. Like I said when I started this, is the things that I like listening to are not necessarily the things that I get to listen to. And so since I don't have Sirius radio or XM radio, you know, I don't get the opportunity to listen to that kind of stuff, you know, and I've pretty much just got to deal with whatever is on the radio at the time, you know, wherever it is that I'm at. So the radio doesn't get turned on that much. But anyway, that is me in a nutshell, you know. I hope that answered the question. And if anybody has any more questions, they want to know anything else about me, you know, or what I do on the road or how I do it, the things that I occupy myself with, or my opinions on certain areas, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer. I know it may not have a lot to do with trucking, you know, but it's part of my life, and it's out here on the road, so you know, I reckon it'll work. So anyway, that's it for today, you know, or for right now, or for this shot at Get to Know Me. And like I said, if you have any questions, put them in the box. Until then, peace out.